Alex here with another review. This time we're taking a look at the Pelsee P12 Pro Max, which features park mode without complicated hard wiring using the included OBD2 power adapter, which literally just connects to your vehicle, enabling two types of park mode detection: impact detection and also time-lapse recording. It also supports advanced driving assist, what we refer to as ADAS, and that includes things like forward collision alert, lane departure warnings, VSD, lane change assist, and more. It also supports 5 GHz Wi-Fi and app for those that want to control the dashcam using your phone. And on this video, I'm going to show you the contents of the kit, as well as walk you through the features of this dashcam, and then we'll take a look at driving video. That way we can see how well this thing actually performs. And I place a link in the description down below to this dashcam if you'd like to get one for yourself. And this mirror is of the 12-inch category, which is the approximate distance from this end to this end of the mirror. And all the inputs are located on the top. We got USB-C for power, GPS antenna input, memory card base supporting up to 512 gigs of memory, and the input for the rear camera. The front camera allows you to adjust the view by moving this around, and it also supports slight rotation to the left or to the right. And on the bottom of the dashcam, there is a microphone and a single button. And the dashcam installs on top of your original rear view mirror with the included straps. There are two of them, one on each side of it, and they also have included another set of larger straps to accommodate thicker mirror sizes. Rear camera is waterproof, so this could be mounted outside of the vehicle or inside of the car. And mounting can be done with the included screws, or my preferred method with the double-sided adhesive that gets placed here. Peel this back and then I can attach this to the vehicle. And once attached, the bracket does allow for view adjustment. And here's the extension for the rear camera. Now this wire right here can be used to enable the optional parking assist, which are the reverse guidelines, which I'll show you in a little bit. And the included GPS antenna can allow the dashcam to record your current location as far as coordinates and also your vehicle speed. And for power, they included two options. The first one is to use this automotive adapter, which does have an extra USB port on the back. That way we can power the dashcam and something else. And the second way of powering the dashcam is with this included OBD2 power adapter. It plugs in into the OBD port of your vehicle, provides power to the dashcam while also enabling park mode without complicating hard wiring. And here's the Pelsee P12 Pro Max. We are shown the rear of the vehicle, and we know we are recording as indicated by that red blinking dot and the voice prompt. Additionally, you can swipe over and then switch views to the front. Swiping one more time gives you a split view, but what's pretty interesting, and not a lot of mirror dashcams let you do this, switch the order of that split view in case you want to switch those cameras around, and then back to the rear. We also got compass time information on this side, and tapping on the screen brings up adjustment arrows. This adjusts the view that you are shown on the display, and that works either for the front or the rear. And then the other adjustment that's on this side right here is for brightness. Currently, right now, we are at the max brightness, but you can lower that at night if you wanted to, or increase it to the max like I do. And the single button on the bottom just turns off the display, and then this can be used similarly to a normal mirror while the dashcam continues to record. Tapping this button brings up the screen again. There's also icons in the bottom of the screen, and they disappear after a bit if you don't touch the screen, which gives you a nice clean view of the road. Let's take a look at what those icons does. The first one is going to flag and protect the section of the video that's recorded as important, and you can see how that red blinking dot switched over to a yellow blinking dot. And this icon allows you to turn off the recording or resume recording. Then we have a camera icon, and tapping that is going to take a picture. Then you have a microphone icon that is going to disable audio recording in case you wanted to have a top secret conversation. Let's also try out the voice commands. Show front camera.
The front camera's view is displayed.
Show rear camera.
The rear camera's view is displayed.
And there's a couple more voice commands that are supported. Now let's take a look at park assist. I'm going to put the vehicle on reverse. And the view switches over to a slightly lower view, so you have more detail right here for parking, and then you have reverse guidelines. Now there's also these two icons right here. The first one gives us a full screen view in terms that this is the entire view of the rear camera, or you can have this zoomed in view for a little bit more detail. And for the guidelines, we get several presets to choose from, and then you can kind of find the one that you want and then also position the camera and combine that till you find one that works for you. Now, I do wish that the guidelines were fully adjustable, which is when you can grab them and move them and put them anywhere you want, but at least we have several presets in here to choose from, and you can also combine it with this zoomed out view, again, to find the position that you want. And finally, when I put the vehicle out of reverse, the view is going to return back to the prior one. Let's take a look at playing back the videos by tapping the home icon and then File Explorer. And the videos have been sorted out into different folders. You got normal video for the front camera, event video, videos that are essentially flagged by you or the dashcam as important for, again, the front, and then front camera pictures. And then you got the same corresponding folders for the rear camera. And if you tap on the video, it begins to play back. You could also delete the video by going back to the screen, selecting the checkmark option, and then selecting the video that you want to delete, and then you can use the trash icon to delete it. And under Smart Driving, here you have several ADAS features, and each one is customizable. Here you can select what feature you want to enable and the sensitivity of how that feature should work, and also how it alerts you. The next assistant feature is blind spot detection, and here you can select at what speed you want that feature to begin working at. And the next one is LCA, which also has a speed adjustment for when you want that feature to kick in. Well, now let's take a look at the camera settings, and starting off with resolution, the rear camera is locked in at 2.5K, but we do have adjustment for the front camera. You can run that as high as 4K, 2.5K, or 1080p if you wanted to fit more onto your memory card. We also get a G sensor, and this allows the dashcam to detect when you get into a car crash, and you can choose how sensitive you want that sensor to be to detecting that impact. And for park mode, we get impact detection and time-lapse recording. Now, either one of the options is going to require the optional Hardwire kit or the OBD2 power adapter. The impact detection is customizable as far as how sensitive you want the dashcam to be to detecting an impact, and same thing, time-lapse is also customizable here and also here, which controls the length of how long you want that time-lapse duration to be for park mode. You can also choose whether you want audio to be recorded by default or not, and there is one customization for the stamps that are shown on the video, and that is disabling the timestamp. And I wish we had more control over the watermarks that are on the video, such as being able to turn off the location, which is the coordinate watermark if you don't want your location to be recorded, or where you wanted to turn off the speed stamp if you don't want your speed to be recorded. Now, the rear view options controls how the rear camera is displayed, and you can adjust that, which can help for how the camera is installed on the rear of the vehicle and showing you the correct image in here. There is more customization under system settings. You can select whether you want the rear view to be the default when the mirror turns on, and you can also do other customization, such as selecting for the screen to turn off, and then again you can use this similarly to a normal mirror while the dashcam continues to record in the background. The speed unit can also be switched over from miles per hour to kilometers per hour, and the language can also be changed if needed. And here's also where you can enable voice control, and you are able to select how sensitive you want the system to be to detecting voice commands. But there's another really good feature found on the second page, and that is this guy right here, show speed and time. If you have this on, this is what it looks like. You have the compass, you have the speed and time information, but if you don't want that, if you want more of a less cluttered screen, you can turn this feature off, and now the display is gonna look like this. Less information on the screen, so you have a more clear view of the road. And finally, for Wi-Fi, you can select between 2.4 GHz or the newer one, 5 GHz, if your phone supports it for faster download speeds. And the app is called Pelsee Cam, and it gives us a live view coming from the dash cam, and you can enlarge that view if you wanted to see it full screen. And you can also switch over the views with this icon right here. Now here is the front view. Convenient if you're adjusting the position of the camera and you wanted to see what it looks like live on your phone versus looking at the dashcam screen. There's also controls
Audio recording disabled.
like this one that allows you to disable audio recording. Not sure why you would want to control the dashcam that way, but you can if you wanted to.
Recording stopped.
Stopping the video recording or
Recording started.
resuming recording. And then this icon right here, just like in the dashcam, it takes a picture. And if you use this icon right here, you can access the videos that are on the dashcam without having to remove the memory card from it. Here is one folder, which is normal video. Then you have another folder for the photos that are on the dashcam, and one more folder for important videos flagged by you or by the dashcam as important. Let's also take a look at playing back the video. Let's do this one right here. The video begins to play back automatically, and you can always, as before, see it in a larger screen. But the most important part is that you are also able from this screen to download it using this icon or just to take a screenshot of it. And on the prior screen, you have similar icons that allows you to download the video, take a screenshot from the video, or delete the video. Now, to manage multiple files, you can use the select option, then put check marks on them, and you can choose to download them or delete them. And finally, you have this camera settings icon. Now, this is going to give you access to some of the dashcam settings. Not all of the ones that I showed you on the dashcam are accessible via the app. Some have to be changed directly on the dashcam menu itself. So hopefully they can add additional controls in here for those that really want to customize their dashcam using the app entirely. Now let's take a look at the driving video and audio test to see how well this actually performs. And this is an audio test of the Pelsee P12 Pro Max mirror dashcam, and I am sitting on the driver's side seat. And this is an audio test of the Pelsee P12 Pro Max mirror dashcam, and I'm standing outside the driver's side door. Now regarding ADAS, which is the driving assistance feature, it does work, and it does have some pretty cool alerts, like telling you when a vehicle is about to approach your blind spot, basically when it's about to pass you, and also tells you the distance from certain vehicles in feet, which is pretty cool, Now, in addition to ADAS giving you voice alerts, you also get these large bars that change colors as vehicles start to approach your vehicle, but they're kind of a little bit on the way of the view in my opinion, so I prefer turning those bars off, and then you can still get the ADAS, both the voice notification and also a slight change in color when vehicles are passing you and similar alerts. But here's my personal take on ADAS. Not many dashcams have that feature, and on the few that have it, I don't really use it. Most newer vehicles already have some type of ADAS built in, so the vehicle is already giving you alerts. So having ADAS on a dashcam seems redundant, because now I have both alerts coming from the dashcam and from the vehicle, which could be confusing to the driver. Now, if you have an older vehicle, you might find it helpful to have those ADAS alerts. Some people like having ADAS and some people don't. In fact, some people actually find it kind of annoying. And as far as installation, I have made another video showing how I install a mirror dashcam and how I hide and run all the cables along the vehicle. I'll put a link to that video in the description down below. The included OBD2 adapter does simplify installation quite a bit over complex hard wiring for those looking for park mode, but they do have a hardwire kit available if you don't want to use your OBD2 port. So I'll put a link in the description down below to this dashcam if you want to get one for yourself, and also to the hardwire kit, again, if you prefer not to use your OBD2 port for it. And if you guys have any other questions for this, please put that in the comments down below. If you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel, and stay tuned as I have a lot more mirror dashcam reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.